It's not that she's like opposed to other dogs. My bad.
She's like,
yeah. No, it's not like she's like opposed to like other dogs or anything like that. It's more that she's like just like she's been in the shelter for like a year, and like they're like not like they're I guess like defensive is like a way of putting it, but like they're more just like they're literally sheltered. Like that's what so they don't know how to like socialize like dogs. They're in prison, and like that's what they think. They have a prison mentality. So she's good. She's like on a walk or whatever. Like she barks or like, you know, her hackles went up yesterday when she saw another dog, but like yeah, like she's mellow. She's like just like on her own. Like I was the perfect fit because like Ocean City, I guess like they have a lot of kids and like families and shit. Like she's not good with little kids because she jumps, and she's not good with other dogs. So like, you know, a lot of families, probably dogs already in the household. That's why I think she was like, you know, there for so long
or whatever. Yeah.
She was like segregated from the other dogs too. She was with all the Borky boys like in the back that like like the ones that just are like the entire fucking yeah. I know. Hey, what's up? You want to be on mic?
What do you have to say?
What do you got to say, Shy? Welcome to the family. Welcome to the BLACKTOOth Podcast. Tooth Podcast. Yeah. Welcome to the BLACKTOOth Podcast, Cheyenne. I know. No, you're not smoking weed. You're not smoking pot.
It's like, yo, pass that shit,
yeah, pass
Dad.
that shit, dude. She's going to hop up on your side probably, too, and try and get up in the... Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? She rolls.
Yeah, dude. Fucking awesome fit for the family.
She doesn't seem like aggro at all. Like, you
She
know,
she barks.
Said she barked at someone. But.
Yeah, she barked at she barked at Pass, which was funny. Like, which that was like the first thing I wanted to say was like I offended him somehow because like he has Duke, and like Duke is Duke. Like Duke's all over the fucking place, so he just assumed it was like Duke. So she started barking at him. He comes up and you're like, he was like grabbing her face and kind of like wrestling with her. It's like I haven't heard her make that noise yet, so like I'm just gonna put her in the crate. And she was fine. Like she actually doesn't mind the crate, which is like fucking awesome. If I have to eat, I just put her in the crate and she fucking like goes right to sleep, and then I let her out and she loves me again. Like,
Gus fucking hates the crate.
Beagles hate crates.
Oh my god,
Beagles
dude,
are the
bananas.
Yeah, get the fuck down, you little shit. Yeah, why does he does he like not want to go in it and you have to coax him with like food and shit?
Well, that, and then once he's in, he just it doesn't even do the cry. He just
no. He fucking bays.
He did it for like 5 minutes this morning. I went out and I was like, "Hey, knock it off!" And he just like laid down and went to sleep. I was like, "That's what it takes."
Yeah, they're like, I don't know. Beagles just don't like being like cornered or whatever. Like
he's just got ADD.
Yeah.
Like he gets up and down off the couch 100 times an hour. He's just like walking around, sniffing around the house, like trying to find fucking any droppings of anything.
Has he done that thing where he's just like, he's not like particularly licking a part of his body. He's just licking in general. He's just like.
Yeah, all the time on the blanket, on his feet.
Yeah, like nothing. They're just like.
And he gets me because I'm like, oh, finally, he's laying down. Whenever he's licking something, he's not done. Like he gets back up a few minutes later and starts running around again. I'm like, what the fuck? It's fucking midnight. Go to bed, stupid. Like,
he's hopping up on the table, knocking over the boxes.
Oh my God,
dude, that was fucking making me crack up. Like,
everyone in the house is sleeping. I'm on like fucking keep Gus quiet duty. It's dark. I can't see anything, and I just hear boxes come tumbling down. I'm like, Gus, god damn it! He just, I like snapped. I was like, what the fuck? And then he just went over to the couch and laid down and went to sleep. Like he knew.
Yeah, he's like, I done goofed.
Yeah, it wasn't even food. It was like a Comcast fucking modem and like a remote, like cable wires and stuff.
This doesn't belong here.
Yeah, like literally, like that's what happened. It's up on the counter. Like it was dark, so he must have climbed up on one of the like stools or something. But
no, probably, dude. Cinco used to do that thing where you could like use his front paws to climb up like fences and shit, and it would freak me out because I'd be like, I would hop fences to like get into the dog park because you can open it from the inside, like if you don't have a key fob, but like it's got like a little trigger thing on the inside, and you can hop the fence and get in and open it up. And I used to do that when I didn't have a license for him, or like I didn't have
breaking the law.
Yeah, breaking the law. He's got bucks.
Hopefully, it's gonna take me a second. Hopefully, what happens to you is like what happened to that guy at the subway turnstile.
Oh, the guy that tried to hop it and fucking broke his neck.
I couldn't think of how to word that.
Yeah, dude. What's one of
Joe just face down at the dog park, fucking Cheyenne barking outside the fence.
Shitting on me. He just rips my dick off. He's walking around with
free
me
hot dog in your mouth.
Yeah. What happened? Well, he broke his neck, and then the dog was playing fetch with
herself. With
herself.
Joe's dink.
Yeah, Joe's ripped off dank. No, the one of the most surreal things ever, like I ever witnessed happened over there. I watched two like 12, 13-year-old kids running from the cops on dirt bikes because there's like train tracks that go parallel. You know where?
I ride there.
Yeah, so like there's two like 13-year-old kids that were running from the cops, and the cops had figured out. They chased them up whatever that little road that takes you to the dog park is, and then not Hope Course, and whatever the
Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant. So they're at that intersection. One cop was at one end of the dog park, and then the other cops were at the other end of the dog park. And then I could see on the tracks, because you can kind of see down the tracks from that angle, they had gone all the way to the Tuckahoe train station, like we're cutting them off that way because they were going to try and cut through the train tracks, obviously.
And that cuts all the way through to fucking Woodbine and like to Estelle Manor if you go the other way.
Yeah,
like
if you turn back around, you can end up like pretty much in Dennis Township, pretty easily.
Down by that fucking it's like a pond down there.
Yeah.
Cool little fucking. It's not like a park. I don't know what it is, but it's like a big pond, and they have like
rock quarry or whatever.
I don't think so, but maybe
there's
just a bunch of little ponds where the train tracks are on 610 in Dennis. Like when you get into town in Dennis, and there's that train track intersection on the road.
Yeah.
If you're going like south, if you make a right into those train tracks, there's like an actual like road, like game preserve style fucking. Like, you could fit a car back there.
Oh, no shit.
I guess people, like, camp or like, there's campfires and shit out there. And, like, it's probably, like, a party site. But it's, like, 5 big ponds. I don't know.
There's
it's the state fucking preserve land or something.
Because I was going to say, there's, like, the quartz mine that's, like, back behind Amanda's Field if you've been back there.
Oh, yeah.
I used to go swimming there, like back in the day.
Like, last summer.
Yeah, like, dude, it's
quarry.
like... Yeah, it's like... Well, like, they just
Crystal
always...
clear or whatever everyone calls it.
Yeah, they just, like, tell you, like, not to fucking swim if there's, like, big pockets of fucking sink or whatever. But, like, you don't really know until you're on top of it.
Big pockets of what?
Big pockets of silt, but they sink is what I was trying to say, but I combine that into one word.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, there's, like, silt pockets. So, like, when you undermine a body of water, it, like, the water... Gravity pushes the water down or pulls the water down, obviously, and it like assumes the volume of wherever they're mining from. But like over time, all of the mining stuff will like settle and shift. So like if you get in there and displace the water, it can like dislodge like places where there wasn't enough pressure to push it all down. And it can create like a vacuum sinkhole and pull you down and like drown you, and like your feet will get like stuck in the sand.
I used to feel I would go there by myself like 2 summers ago, and I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking die out here.
Yeah,
like, I would swim out really far, and I'm like, dude, this is creepy.
And I fucking swam all the way fucking across that one time, and my arms were so fucking
like
tired.
Long ways?
The short way, but that's like, still like
that's
about
far.
That's like 4 Olympic size.
Westy almost fucking drowned. A bunch of them were doing like back when you could jump off the cliffs into the water, like before it had eroded.
Yeah,
they were all there like cliff jumping, and then they were like, let's swim across. And Westy has asthma, and he got halfway across and was like fucking drowning, and then like Stu and his brother had to like fucking swim back, get him, bring him to shore. And the first thing he did when he gets to shore is fucking fires up a dart. And he was like, oh fuck, man. Boys, that was a close one.
Don't know how I felt about that, boys.
Like mid-asthma attack. He's like, fuck it.
There was this guy I used to work with in Colorado, and he had really fucking bad asthma. And if he would get stressed out, he'd fucking, like, he would pop his fucking top and just be like, pick up the plate of whatever you're making. This isn't plated right. And then throw it directly in the garbage can, throw the plate into the dish pit, and be like, make it again. And like, if he did it twice wrong, he would be like, you're on thin fucking ice and shit, like just shit like that. But he would yell, and then he would be like, and then go down like that, and come back up with his inhaler and go. And like sometimes he would like be smoking, and like I'd get him laughing or something like that. He'd be like ripping a dart, and like be like, and then like I'd see the dart get switched out and come up. Like, his eyes would get all big. It was fucking hilarious.
He's just hitting one of those fucking vape inhalers.
Yeah.
Remember when they were going around?
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen one in Jersey, but I saw them on like social media.
Apparently they make one of those that has fucking cocaine in it. like in Brazil.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they it's like it comes in like one of the like it's
just has a nose portal.
Well, no, it's like you inhale it and it like it aspirates like in your like it's like in like some kind of like saline or something.
Crack.
Yeah, basically like but yeah, like you just inhale it and it's like you get a fucking buzz. It might be fucking meth actually. I'm not entirely sure, but it's like it's one like a stimulant. Yeah, it's like a stimulant.
That's pretty sketchy. But the weed ones were going around in Cali. I remember Uncle Joey fucking posting them. It's like I'm on a plane. I'm just fucking hitting this inhaler to death. I had 10 panic attacks.
Dude,
last night I literally thought I was gonna die again. It's like a once a week occurrence.
Yeah, I mean you need the weekly.
I've learned my limits with the gummies, so like I'll just eat a couple at a time and kind of throttle it. But my fucking buddy Danny D, shout out to Dan, he gave me these fucking homemade Rice Krispie treats. And the other day I had a whole one, and I was scared to leave the house. So last night I was like,
double down.
Last night I just ate half of one, and I had like worse of a time.
Nice.
Like, I don't know what the fuck was in this other one, but dude, my legs were literally trembling for like 20 minutes, and I was like, I feel cold, and I like looked really pale. And I was like, my heart's beating so fast.
That's fucking hilarious.
I knew what it was. Like, I don't know. I got like fucking scared though. I'm like, I ate 2 cheeseburgers for dinner. What if I'm having like a sodium overload? Like,
overdose,
started
man.
like chugging waters, and I had to wake up to pee in the middle of the night.
Hell yeah,
dude, it was. I don't know, not enjoyable. And we're watching Chernobyl, which is like this.
Oh, wait, is that the one where it's like the found footage style one where it's?
No, it's just like there's some found footage, but it's an HBO show. It's a miniseries. It's 5 eps.
Oh, okay. Because there's like that fucking there was like this movie that came out a couple like I think it was like 2012, 2013, somewhere around there, where it's like it's supposed to be like a mockumentary, like a found footage style one, kind of like Blair Witch or whatever, where they're like they go to Chernobyl just to like observe like Pripyat and like all the the abandoned sites that you can go see. But instead they find like mutants and monsters and shit, and it's like the cheesiest fucking dumbest fucking thing ever. And like I don't know.
I thought this was like a documentary, and then I figured out when I started it's a series. But it's good. It's just like really when you're on a fucking Satan summoning level of THC edibles. I was just sitting there. I'm like, this show's giving me a panic attack. Tina's like, it's good. It's good. I'm like, I'm not saying it's bad, but
no, you actually.
I'm freaking out, man.
What was the first fucking thing we were talking about at the beginning of this? Oh, I offended Pass, because then I was going to say that was an excellent springboard into the second topic, because I watched one last night way too high that freaked me out.
I thought you got to you offended Pass by fucking the dog.
No. He was just playing with the dog, and I was like, I just told him not to like grab her face, and he did anyway. But that was, I
did that with my fucking sister-in-law's pit bull. She's like, grab from underneath, and I'm like, "Who's a good boy?" And then he's like, he didn't, but like she was just sitting there looking like, "Don't do that."
Yeah, exactly. Like that was the same sentiment. Or I'm just like, I just got her 2 days ago. I don't know what the fuck she's gonna do.
You're on your own, man.
Exactly. But no, he was up here, and I ate an entire can of fucking turkey chili before he got here. We're up here fucking like ripping fucking joints and shit. No, I fucking cracked the window, and he's like, "Oh, it's too smoky." I was like, "No," and just ripped a fucking like just like a one of those like one of like it fucking
nice trumpet fart,
nice exclamation point on the end, or like a little like what are the umlaut maybe? Yeah. Like, I got no fucking idea what I'm trying to say here. The fucking yeah, but like I farted, and then he just like his phone rang and he didn't answer it, but he's like, "Yeah, I gotta go like take this call," and then just like left, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow." I haven't seen him since.
Weird about farts, eh?
I guess he was like talking to me about how fucking hard chili sneaks up on you too, and I'm like, yeah, like it really does. And we were talking about Dollar General chili and shit, and he's like, "Yeah, man, that's
beanie weenie."
Nah, I didn't have beanie weenies that night. I just had Dollar General turkey chili, and he's like, "Yeah, that shit fucking tears you up sometimes." I was like, "Yeah, it's like 1 in 3 cans will get you bad, like really fucking bad." And then like the other 2, you're like, "Oh, this is delicious."
It's like Taco Bell. It's like a roll of the fucking dice. Like,
yeah,
I might be all right, or I might shart for 2 hours.
I was gonna say you could probably do like a double blind study on yourself, like go through like Taco Bell once like a day or something like that for like a month, and then like see how many. Like it's probably like 15 days and 15 days of like diarrhea uncontrollably, and then like not.
It all depends on like. I guess they have big trays of ground beef.
Yeah.
And if like you're towards the bottom and you get a bunch of orange juice in your fucking taco, you are fucking gonna spray everywhere. But if you get like from the top, like not that many drippings, you'd be all right. That's my theory anyway.
No,
whenever I have fucking orange juice dripping from my tacos and other items, I'm like, I'm doomed. And then immediately I'm like fire hosing in the Taco Bell bathroom before I even leave the establishment. Like,
have you ever had? Remember when Wendy's was selling tacos?
No.
Maybe it wasn't Wendy's. somewhere. It was like
McDonald's had like
Burger
snack
King.
wraps.
Burger King was
I
selling
do
tacos.
remember Burger
yeah,
King
Burger King was
tacos.
selling tacos. I ate one of those, and that thing, the meat was just the orange juice color. It was just that color, and I don't think I even I think I touched it and got diarrhea. I don't even think I ate.
I looked at it and shit my pants.
Dude, it was like $1, and it was just like orange, like the whole fucking.
Did you
thing.
get it from here?
Yeah, our Burger King, which is like the worst
that one
burger.
is sketch for some reason.
I've never had a really good time at a Burger King. I'm not gonna lie.
I used to love when I was a kid the one in Summers Point. Now it's like a Verizon store or something
yeah,
like that.
that one was pretty good.
I didn't like. I guess Burger King was better quality back in the day, but it didn't really bother me.
Yeah.
Now newer Burger King products are just fucking trash. Like it's gone so far downhill.
Is it just me, or is chicken fries completely dropped off? Like they used to be
They're
better.
like dry and cold and just fucking not good.
It's like, you ever get one where it's just entirely breading? There's no chicken in it. It's like you're just eating like a fucking bunch of like panko and like fucking fry batter. It's like, what the fuck? Like, give me, like, I just want protein. Like, that's honestly what I want. It's like a little bit of protein. Like
now here's this fucking industrial waste breading.
yeah, exactly. Like, it's fucking disgusting.
They were selling other shit. I forget if it was 10 nuggets or something. It was some kind of deal, but it was like 10 nuggets for 30 cents. It was like not maybe that cheap, but like 50 cents.
I think
it was like ridiculous, the deal. And people were posting it on Twitter like, who the fuck is eating this? They had hot dogs at one point too, I think.
McDonald's had hot dogs for a minute. There was like there was like a 4th of July promotion they did where they had foot-long hot dogs at the McDonald's there, and I remember my mom and I like split a foot-long hot dog.
Both shit your pants on the way home.
Dude, like, well, I was gonna say it was like I was gonna make the joke that we ate it, like she just held it in the middle like that while driving.
Lady in the tram.
Yeah, just ate it.
Sunk in the dink in the middle.
Yeah. But no, it was like I just remember her like tearing it in half, and like you ever hear like the way like you ever bite into a hot dog and it's just not like crisp.
Makes a weird
it just
snap.
makes that weird rubber sound. Yeah. It was like that, and I'm like, I don't even know if I want this. And she's like, I don't know.
It's what's for dinner, cocksucker.
It's like she's like, I don't really know either. And I don't think either of us enjoyed it, but like I know I ate some of it. Like I also ate a McRib one time that there was
I don't think I've ever had a McRib.
I've had several McRibs. There was a what the fuck is it called? Wax paper. I ate a McRib where there was wax paper in it. They didn't like I guess
fucking
like
wrap the fucking McRib before they dropped it in the fryer.
I think it was like they have like wax paper at the bottom of those like little like they're called
There's a little drop.
Cambros, but they're like the little plastic things with they look like scoops, but they have trays. They're like little 6 pans.
Going little heat plate things.
Yeah, I think it was like because there was one at the bottom of that. They just like lifted it and then like didn't see that some of the paper was stuck to it and put it right on there. But yeah, I ate like 4 bites and was like, why does this taste like I'm eating a newspaper? And then like opened it up and then saw it was like the McDonald's logo and like a piece of paper stuck to it. I was like, well, that's fucking awesome.
I'll just peel it off and keep eating it. Fuck, I had that at a hoagie at Wawa where the lunch meat still had the casing on it.
Ugh.
And I was just like, I was confused, and I like pulled it off. Like, I don't know if they cut the meat in house there, if that was just an error from like the Wawa factory or something.
It's probably like pre-sliced.
I don't think they do deli meat in house anymore. They definitely don't sell it.
They used to.
I doubt they cut it.
You remember when they used to have deli slicers and shit there?
Yeah.
And, like that was like
Walk
the fucking
in, let me
tits.
get a pound of fucking American, a pound of fucking bologna, a pack of smokes.
How we
doing? Just right there.
2 scratchers. It was like before they sold scratchers at Wawa too. Like, dude, the golden era of Wawa was when you used to have to ask to use the bathroom. That was the fucking golden era.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was so before.
I don't even remember they had a bathroom.
Yeah.
It was the little fucking like
it was
shoebox one.
Yep, that one. So there was this one time where I was coming back from New York, and I had eaten a bunch of really shitty food in New York, like that my grandma and my mom had taken me to go see like a play or something like that, and we ate a bunch of like street food. So I really had to fucking shit. And I knew I had to shit before we even got off the expressway onto the
stop somewhere. We're not gonna make it to Tuckahoe.
Yeah, so we're going over the bridge, the Beasley's Point, like the big bridge, into like over there. And I'm like, Mom, I really don't feel good. And she's like, you'll be fine. Like, we're almost home. I'm like, no, I really don't feel good. And she's like, you're not. I was like,
I will
Mom,
shit all over your fucking seat.
my legs are frozen. And she's like, I don't know what that means. So the nearest.
I don't know what that means either.
I don't know either. I'm
paralyzed.
Yeah, like I literally had the shit so bad I couldn't move my legs. So like my mom was like, all right, the nearest thing we can go to is that Wawa. And it was before it was a super Wawa. Before they had the gas and everything. It was just a regular ass Wawa.
Yeah, they were small as fuck. They looked like fucking bodegas.
And Joe, the manager there, let me in, and he was like, she's like, he's having an emergency, and he's like, yeah, go. But it was
I remember that guy. He's like a tall dude with glasses.
Yeah, he was the manager there for like like I think like 25 years or something, like an absurd amount of time.
Really friendly dude.
Nice guy though. Yeah, he's like a regional manager now. He's like there once in a while.
He's making fucking 6 figures now, dude. Wawa people make bank.
If you're there
for the company,
if you're there more than 3 years, I think you get stock options, and they don't offer stock options publicly, but that's fucking dope. Like that's a really
like
good
goose bucks or something.
Yeah, so like you get dividends on that because it's an in-house company, like which is fucking unreal. If you own like if I was to get
the people who got in on that on the ground floor, like my girlfriend's grandpa, he worked there for like decades too, and he does all right for himself. But there was some lady above him who's like a millionaire because she got those stock options like at the very beginning.
Yeah,
which is like you have 7 figures in the bank and you were like a regional manager for a fucking deli. Like that's fucking dope. Like Wawa actually does kind of take care of its people in that sense. But then other people say it's like a fucking, for lack of a better term, slave ship to work for. Like they fucking.
I've never seen it as that because they do offer benefits and time off. Like they're like I've worked for places that are way worse than Wawa. Wawa sucks. Don't get me wrong. Like I know it's a grind. Like and it's not getting any fucking better anytime soon.
I just meant like the amount. Like it's probably more so now because it's like short staffed that they're like calling people in and shit like that. I don't know. I don't know nothing. But everyone that works there, it's like a fucking cult. Like in a good way though. Like everyone like likes it.
They're they're like team building shit is like the least gay of any, like, and I mean like I
see
mean
those Walmart clips where they're like, we are Walmart, and it's like 10 fucking managers and there's like a circle of 40 employees around them and they're all like, I want to kill myself.
I wanted to kill myself when I had to do that for Vanguard because Vanguard, like I told you about working for the pyramid scheme, it was rough. Like
just walking up to fucking strangers,
dude,
hey, you want to buy a timeshare?
Yeah, like that's it. But like their office building was in like like Wayside Village. It's like imagine if like Wayside Village had like a second story and it was like just smaller versions of Wayside Village, but like there's like a facade and everything. So fucking we worked in one of those, and it was like a second story thing. You walk up, there's a little kitchenette when you walk in, a little reception area, and then there's the boss's name is Megan Rankin. So if you ever apply for a job and see the name Megan Rankin, fucking run or call her a bitch or whatever. Like fucking do anything to avoid like getting involved with this lady. But her job, it was basically a pyramid scheme. She had a nice office, they lure you in, it looks all professional, and then the second you get
on the casting couch,
and then the second you get hired, you realize that this is cult-like behavior, and like it's extremely fucking off-putting. So they don't have any furniture in any of the meeting rooms. You have to sit on the floor, and they make you dress nice. They make you dress like they call it business casual,
business cash,
but like they want you to look like preppy is the way that they like essentially like they used a different word for it, but they were like, yeah, look preppy, look knowledgeable, like, and I like didn't really
dress like a Caucasian. Yeah,
basically. And it was like you would have to come in nice clothes. Like if you weren't wearing a tie, you would be sent home for the day, and your pay would be fucking neglect. You couldn't collect a paycheck.
You really had to wear like a shirt and tie.
You had to wear a shirt and tie, khakis, and then they made you buy special shoes too. And I was like, yeah, cult-like. So
special shoes.
Like I mean, there was just
matching.
It was it was like Lacoste, like,
black Asics.
Yeah, well, it was just like we didn't have like a uniform because they would make you wear things like for the job. Like I said, I was dressed like a fucking doctor because I was in surgical scrubs, which is very misfucking leading.
That's weird.
But yeah, I'll get to all that. No, so like they would make you come and dress really nice, and then they make you sit on the floor. And they had this one room with no table, no chairs, no anything, just a big whiteboard. And they make you sit on the floor, and every day you have to go over these things that are like, what are your goals for the day? What are we looking to achieve?
Sounds very like Get Out, like hypnotize-y, fucking
dude,
weird.
So after like an hour of that, they have this big map that they unfurl, and there's all the locations, and they're like, look at all these places you can go. If you sell enough of our products, you can go to these places too, like Tempe, Arizona, and El Paso, Texas.
They hit the Marriott.
Fargo, North Dakota. And I'm like, I don't want to go to any of these fucking places. Like, I mean, there's like LA and New York and shit too, but like,
you gotta make like 80 million points to go there.
Yeah, like, so there's just like a very minimalized incentive for me to want to even be with this company, other than that, like, they're like, you want to make a lot of money really quick, fucking work for us. Very cult-like. They make you schlep all your own stuff too, so like it's like they don't give you a gas stipend, you don't get any fucking per mile, per gallon, whatever the fuck they legally are supposed to. So you have to drive to your fucking job with your shit unload it, set it up in like a Sam's Club or a Walmart or a fucking Best Buy or whatever the fuck it is. And whatever your shitty product is, you have to dress accordingly. So I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, be on a 2-hour conference call. Then at 7, I would have a 15-minute drive, which would take 30 minutes because traffic probably sucked at that time, to my office where I'd get yelled at and sit on the floor because I don't know how, like, and then before we go out for the day, everybody.
What's the 2-hour conference call for fucking 5 a.m. before that?
You're muted. You just sit and you listen, and they give you like an email, which is like a sales packet, and they just basically reiterate the sales packet because for legal reasons,
and you have to pay attention.
You have to be in there, and they make you unmute and say, "Hi, I'm here and present," and then like state your goals for the day, which is like your sales quotas and shit.
You're just in the background taking fucking bong.
Dude, I was in the background fucking around with Cinco and like fucking drinking beer and shit. Like I was not about it, but like yeah. So you would have to be on this, and then like you'd be on mute for like an hour and 45 minutes, and they'd be like, Joseph Scrocca, what are your goals today? And you unmute and you're like, my goal is to hit 7 sales and the blah 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 blah.
My goal is to bust 3 nuts in the Walmart bathroom.
Take one really big shit in one of the customers' bags. Eat one of those really big hot dogs at Sam's Club. My mom.
Yeah,
but yeah,
get one of them big fucking square pieces of fucking pizza from Sam's Club, dude.
Dude, they're fucking
Sam's Club snack bar slaps.
That was the only good fucking benefit is that they because we weren't employees there, we weren't allowed to get the employee discount, but they would give us the slice of pizza for $2 or whatever the fuck, slicing a Coke or whatever for $2. But I would never eat it because I'm weird. But yeah, anyway, so like they would set you up in your like and before you would. The conference call sucked, but then you would go in there and get yelled at because nobody was making them enough money because it's a pyramid scheme. They always needed to make more money. So while the fucking like you do like all these team building exercises, you practice like not communicating but like being swarmy basically. Like they teach you like, oh, if somebody shows apprehension, you do the technique called panda pause where you put your hands up like this and you're like, whoa, you're missing a great deal. And like that you had to practice doing panda pause with my I was the appointee to this guy named Cole.
That shit, they've come up to me at the Flyers games and done that, and they're like, yeah, I'm like, get the fuck out of my way, you dickhead.
So
like,
go walk around Walmart on the weekends. That's the exact the companies are different for legal reasons because state by state they're different things. But if you work for what's called an events marketing company, you sign an NDA and you're like, yeah, I cannot work for another events marketing company because they know what each other are doing is highly illegal. But to kind of keep the ruse going and keep like the legalese like very.
It's illegal. What makes it illegal?
Because you're being direct, like you're being misleading with what you're doing, and they know that you can't go and be like, you can showcase an item, but you can't persuade somebody to do, and they make that very clear from the get-go. So you have to use very specific verbiage, hence why you're on the phone and they're reiterating like, this is your sales pitch. You cannot deviate from your sales pitch. If they show apprehension, you're allowed to be like, whoa, you're missing a great deal, but you can't like follow them or anything. You're allowed to walk up to them. So the way that they kind of peacock you, which is what they called it too, is peacocking. They want you to stick out, is that they make you look more like legitimate than you actually are. So they put me in, like, we were selling this lotion, and it's just fucking lotion. It's just like some lotion that has like, you know, oils and essential oils and minerals, and it's like good for pain. It's no different than Gold Bond, but like they put you in the lotion aisle and they make you set up a table, and every 30 minutes you have to log into this app and show what the table looks like so that they know that like the product is correct and people aren't like walking up and like misplacing shit. And then you walk around in surgical scrubs and a stethoscope and and tell people, hi, I'm Joe. This is my product, and like I, endorse this product. Like you have to basically pretend
just the fact that they dress you up with scrubs and a stethoscope.
Yeah, with a fucking suit and tie on underneath.
Scrubs maybe, but like the stethoscope is very misleading.
You're wearing a fucking suit and tie under it too, so they can see that I'm not a doctor. I'm just some dick in a fucking collared shirt with a tie.
Costume, literally.
Yeah, and like it's super fucking weird. But then like I did this for a couple of days, and I'm like, this is fucking strange. And I was talking to Jay the whole time too, and he's like, yeah, that's like, I don't really trust
Shady.
this. I was like, and I'm like, yeah, I don't either, but it's like they're saying I'm gonna make good money and all this stuff. So I found out my first paycheck was like $180 for like 70 hours of work.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, yeah, fuck you. So I go in there in my street clothes, dressed similar to the way I am right now, and I go in there, and you have to do like I told her like
You have to sit on the floor and fucking play Duck Duck Goose. In the fucking waiting room.
Pretty much like everybody ding ding kiss. But no, I had to go in and you have to fill out this packet like because there's NDAs and everything, and you nullify your NDA. But like because you didn't work the full thing, it's like you still can't work for another company. But your NDA is not like
you could talk about it.
I could talk about it, yeah, like or whatever. So like you go in there and you fucking do your paperwork, and then they have like a little thing for you to fill out that's like, why did you leave? And my boss Megan was like going through it, and I was like, well, I mean, I knew what you guys were doing was like a little bit out, like a little fringe. Like I knew you guys were a little bit outside of like, you know, how things normally get marketed. But like, I really drew the line when Cole came up to me the one day and told me, yeah, usually we just kind of look for Mexicans and Asian people because they generally don't speak English. And if you just like are persuasive and agree with them enough, they'll just take the thing and like, cause you can't sell it to them. You can't accept cash. They have to take it to the cashier and then the cashier scans it. But it's like you make a little package. So it's like, oh, look at the deal you're getting. And then you like show them samples of the products and stuff. But like ultimately what you're doing is you're just bundling shit that would normally be like independently pretty cheap and then making it a package where it's exclusive and like, you know, that's how you get the deal.
Scammy.
Yeah, it's a scam. It's a total fucking scam. But I was like, yeah, you literally outright told me like, yeah, look for Mexicans and fucking Asian people because they don't speak English. And if you just are persuasive enough, they generally will just agree with you and take it.
Hello.
And yeah, so I told her that.
You
and
want
she's
a
like,
chicken nugget?
Yeah, I want some fresh fries.
Vanilla milkshake?
You want some hand lotion? but yeah, like.
I love Mexicans and Asians.
No, they're great. And
Blacks,
it's like,
though.
Yeah. Jesus. But no, like the...
Just kidding.
Fucking
Shout out to Joe Rogan.
I was actually thinking about uploading this to Spotify because everybody's going off.
Did you see his compilation?
No, what of him saying the N-word?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't. That's fucking awesome. Send it to me real quick. But yeah, like I told her all that, and she was like very begrudging. Like she had like the envelope with my paycheck and like grab it, like, and she was just like I'm not sure. I was like, are you sure you want it? I'm like, yeah, I'm not like fucking preying on people. Well,
it's like a super cut every time he's ever said the N-word on the pod.
That's fucking awesome.
And people are mad. It's like all of that's taken out of context.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's literally quoting other people and like.
Not only is he quoting other people, what
like,
he's
it doesn't matter. I'm like,
what he's probably doing is giggling behind a computer somewhere because he's like, I didn't make that, but it expresses the exact point of why this knee-jerk reaction shit is stupid because none of these are in context. And if you just hear the word, then you're not hearing the context. And that's his argument, and that's fucking fine. I
remember the one story on the clip, and it was like, yeah, these guys were calling this guy an N-word. And then like,
I believe
he was literally fucking like, I don't know, like he was telling a story about racist people, and like he wasn't, I guess, censoring himself, but he wasn't directly being like, I hate bleep, like I don't know.
No, like,
and then other people are like, it doesn't matter, he said it. It's like I don't fucking know.
Like what the fuck?
If you listen to that full segment with the context or whatever, like you would not be offended. He's
probably making like an anti-police or like somewhat like he's probably making a good argument. Yeah, like probably making a great argument. And you know what's funny too is that black people seem to be the least offended by fucking Rogan saying that too. Like,
it depends.
Like
it's a coin flip.
So here's kind of the thing, because I was expecting for us to do a show for my birthday with Mark and James, and like I had them on board, and then Mark like out of nowhere, which by the way, like shout out Mark, congratulations on fucking TikTok. He got like 10K subs overnight.
No
like,
shit.
Yeah. So
TikTok seems like it's everyone. Like that's one you can actually like kind of fucking blow up on.
Yeah, like it's pretty communal, community based, and like
I got like 200 views on my one thing that it was just like me fucking jerking off in my car while I was working or whatever.
Oh,
it was a DoorDash fucking clip. You put like hashtag for you page and then you get like hundreds of views because it puts it in like the main feed. Oh, I don't know, but that's dope. Like, and then he could build on that and probably fucking
yeah. So, but like he told me like he probably won't be on, like, we would have to heavily censor ourselves just because he does have that following. If it comes back on him, like, apparently, like, he's in Magic the Gathering. That's how he blew up, was like he's playing Magic the Gathering online with his friends, and he's got like a pretty good following, like, because, you know, clearly, like, he's about to like break through, like, so clearly there's interest.
You hit 10K, you can hit 100K, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're
easily.
fucking rolling. You got some momentum. That's dope.
But I like told him, I was like, yeah, kind of the philosophy of our podcast is like we just kind of say whatever the fuck we want, and like we don't mind saying like faggot or like, you know, anything. It's like only just no last names. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I probably can't do that. And I was like, why? He's like, no. I understand that there's like context to what you're doing, and you're just doing it for shock value. But yeah, but like if it comes back on me, like that could jeopardize me blowing up. And I'm like, I get that. Like, so he might.
That's what we're trying to blow up.
I know. We want you to get canceled before you
not
can.
Him. I mean, like, that's our whole shtick.
We want to be the fucking pariahs.
Sound bites are our thing, dude.
Like, dude, like it was like fucking mind blowing. I was like, God damn, like I didn't even think about that, because like we do this. We have 32 fucking people that watch this shit, or I guess we've been getting like 50 views now. Like, you know, shout out us. Thank you for sharing,
guys.
guys.
I untangled my headphones and like moved this to the sides because I watched some of the last one, and my headphones were like in a fucking bird's nest for the first like 20 minutes, and I'm like, that's fucking annoying.
That's like
I don't know if you noticed that while you were editing. Then like at 30 minutes through, I untangled it, but it was literally just like a mess. And then this thing was kind of blocking my fucking head, so I'm trying to like get that out of the way.
Siemens like fucking hit me up in one of the groups and was like, yo, you went to fucking film school, you should learn how to frame with your fucking face and the mic correctly. And I'm like, well, I was hiding that I don't brush my teeth before this, and like all I'm doing is drinking coffee and shit. But he's like, no, just like frame it correct. So that's why this is the way it is now. And I'm like,
so it's actually like I'm in it.
Yeah. So
before I was like,
yeah, we were both kind of like that.
No, but I was like behind the bar.
I was like all the way over here. Yeah.
And my bird's nest fucking. I don't know why I got like an 8-foot long cable, because like.
No, that's smart, because you got the long.
We have a different.
Yeah, you got the 10-foot fucking mic XLR too. So like like it's smart to get a long one. That's what she said.
Not to me.
Oh, this guy.
Jakey Chodes.
Well, the first topic I actually.
So do you think a fart really offended Pass?
Yeah.
I have to circle all the way back to the
No, I just like I fucking opened the window to fart, and he just kind of like looked at me funny, and I was like giggling, and he's just like, all right. And then like we talked about chili for like 2 minutes, and then his phone rang, and he just muted it, and I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get going. I gotta go take this phone call. And I'm like, all right. And then we talked about chili.
You might not have offended him though. You
I
might
probably
have had to
didn't. I'm probably just introverted, or like internalizing it or whatever.
Yeah, like the fucking Hooters waitress.
But it was funny as fuck, because like it was just like fart, and then like, yeah, chili's kind of volatile. I'm out. Bye. See ya.
Stank ass Joe.
Fucking weed,
I thought it
man.
was like a fucking.
No, I broke into a fucking new batch of weed. Train wreck. I got fucking ripped on fucking train wreck.
I thought you asked for that specifically.
I did. But like I started like, now I'm using it like for my EDC. Like, so.
The fuck is EDC?
Everyday carry. It's like all those fucking
that was like electric dance fucking.
No, that's EDM. Fucking moron.
No, there's a festival called like EDC or something like that.
Oh yeah,
like Dance Color. Fucking,
yeah,
it's like the light show. Fucking
yeah, the fucking
that shit's lame.
Izu. Do you remember that one? That was big when I was in college, and everybody was
go eat a bunch of fake Molly and fucking
die.
Sweat.
That was it. That was Izu. Izu got canceled because too many people were overdosing and dying. And
I just meant EDM in general. Like. I don't fuck with it. I was like the old man when I was like 17, like fucking Skrillex is stupid.
Yeah, same.
That's not real music.
I had a mohawk one summer, and somebody referred to it as the Skrillex haircut, and I almost belted him. And I was like, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
I listen to the Sex Pistols. Fuck you.
I actually don't listen to the Sex Pistols. I like the Johnny and fucking what's it? Yeah, Johnny.
Didn't the one guy have a mohawk in the Sex Pistols at one point though?
No, you're thinking of the Exploited. That guy's name is Waddy. Waddy's the guy that everybody like. Anytime you think of like British punk people, yeah, it's Waddy usually. Okay. But that guy's in a band. Actually, here while I'm explaining punk rock,
Jamie.
I'll put this on for you because it's one of my favorite fucking songs, and now I have an excuse to fucking play it on the pod. So here we fucking go. But yeah, fucking
people used to like in high school would like. Try to explain like the deeper meaning of fucking EDM. Like there's so much going on at once. Like it's so blah blah. I'm like, dude, fuck you. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really understand it.
I smoked with my friend Ryan Walsh like fucking senior year at my birthday party, and then he was like trying to explain the finer points of Skrillex, and like we're both stoned, and I was like, dude, fuck off. Like,
dude, there's
like it's so magical and beautiful. Like there's so many things colliding at once. It's just like.
Yeah, like it's honestly
two robots banging. Not to be cliche, but
no. Mark and I drove across the country high as fucking balls, and every fucking time we saw a trailer pulling multiple cars, because like, you know how like when they build like Mack trucks and shit out in the Midwest, they have like a bunch of them. They put them on a tow truck and then transport them. Yeah. So we were like listening to EDM because it was like new and hip and everything. We were listening to like literally what sounds like robots fucking watching fucking a bunch of trucks
Transformers.
fucking. Yeah, and we were just like, that's how Transformers are born, and like laughing our asses off. But that's what it sounds like. No, this is a fucking great song.
We get copyright strike as we speak.
No, I mean they actually haven't been too bad about it, but like this is The Exploited. They're like one of the best fucking anarcho UK punk bands, I think.
Even in the album art, he's got the fucking mohawk.
Yeah, the guy that was the lead singer is this guy named Waddy. And that's the whole song, too. This is 3 minutes of just this. It gets a little faster, but that's about it. So they played in this place called City Gardens in Camden. And City Gardens was where Jon Stewart, the old host from the Daily Show, he used to be a bartender there. And he has this really infamous story about when he was a bartender there was this band Fear that played. And Fear brought this crazy fucking violent like side of people out for one reason or another, and like you could see clips of it online. Like they played the SNL and got kicked off. They were the only band to ever get fucking banned from SNL for like bringing people and like having them mosh on SNL like on the set. So like Fear is playing and Jon Stewart was tending bar, and apparently someone brought a gun in over some like skinhead gang violence shit, and Jon Stewart wrestled the gun away from the guy while the fucking Fear is playing, and like the gun is so like it was like a pretty dangerous place. But there was like a lot of skinheads up in Camden back in like the 80s and 90s. So this band, The Exploited, they had a pro I don't know if it was like a pro Britain or an anti USA song. I'm not entirely sure what, but it was like a government, like it was like
Fuck the establishment, man.
Yeah, exactly. But like all the skinheads, they're like extreme right wing, so they're like, no, America, like all about that.
Forgotten country.
So The Exploited played at City Gardens, and apparently there's like this faux pas between British punks and American punks that like got mistranslated, where British punks, it's like a sign of like instead of you like applauding or whatever, like here we just kind of hit each other and like that's kind of the way it goes. But like in Britain, they spit on each other, and if they like it's like because they're trying to be as off-putting as possible.
That's fucking
nasty. It's fucking disgusting. It's also a great way to get hepatitis too, because all of them do is like fucking needles and exactly. So like that, they like fucking Sid Vicious would like cut himself on stage, and people would like take the blood and rub it on their face and shit.
Cool.
I mean like it's fucking nuts.
Metal, dude.
Yeah, but
oh my God.
no. So Waddy gets out on stage and he's like fucking, they're spitting on him because they know he's gonna play the song, but he thinks that they're like cheering him on, so he's like getting all into it and stuff, and they keep spitting on him, and then everybody's like, well, we're just dehydrated now, and he doesn't seem to mind, and he's literally like, there's photos of it, he's just dripping in fucking spit.
It's like it was an anime.
So yeah, dude. So he plays the whole set. He played like, and the skinheads kept trying to shut the pit down too, which just means like the mosh pit usually opens up, and then everybody like kind of like runs across and dances and like hits each other and shit. Yeah. But the skinheads, what they'll do is they'll lock arms and they'll shut the pit down by like locking arms and moving all the people forward, and then creating like a stranglehold, so the dance floor just is like completely behind them and nobody's on it, and then the rest fill in. So they kept locking the fucking pit down so they could get closer to Waddy to spit on him and fucking give him the finger and stuff.
He's like, but
he's like, oh, thank you, mates. Like, he's like fucking having
bunch
a blast.
Of sick cunts.
Oh, you guys are fucking metal. I love you. Like fucking just, he's like, so Waddy thought he had put on a great performance, but apparently the skinheads wanted to take it up with him afterwards, so they flipped their fucking tour van over and like fucking busted the windows and shit out of it. And then the Exploited fucking flipped their van back over, or like bus or whatever back over, and fucking left. And they were like, oh, you Jersey cunts can fucking party. Like they never came back. Like they haven't played since, and the City Guard's since shut down, obviously. But like, yeah, like that was like one of the funniest fucking things. There's a really good Alex Cox movie too called Sid and Nancy, which is about Sid Vicious, and I forget his wife's last name, but he married an American chick, and it was just like a really fucked up story about what happened. He ended up killing her, and then but it's Gary Oldman plays Sid Vicious, and he does a really fucking good job. I forget who plays Johnny Rotten, but that guy does a really good job too.
What a fucking good punk rocker name, dude. Johnny Rotten.
John Lydon, I think, is his real name too. He was on, I just watched a Dankula about him. They got on BBC, and he was banned on the BBC for a plethora of reasons, but one of the most notorious reasons why is because they were more like he was just saying like fuck and cunt and shit like that, and they had to bleep him, but they knew they were gonna bleep his words, but they wouldn't like censor like the thing, because British broadcasting has like some weird caveats for one reason or another. So he's wearing a swastika armband, and there's a guy with a set of tits on his t-shirt, and they wouldn't censor those things, but he kept saying like fucking shit and stuff, and they had to like, they were like, come on, Johnny, like
beep beep, but he's fucking got the hail.
Yeah, but he's got the fucking swastika going. Yeah, they're like, dude, they're just fascinating because they're John is like actually like Johnny Rotten's a pretty conservative dude too. He got like really blackballed because he wasn't pro-Trump, but he was pro-conservative during the Trump presidency. But it's because conservatives tend to hardline free speech a little bit differently than like liberal mindset. Like you have two schools of thought. You have like John Lydon and then Jello Biafra. Jello Biafra is the singer for the Dead Kennedys. So he's like, everybody's fucking like just create chaos so that the government doesn't know what to fucking do. And
anarchy,
like,
man.
Yeah, like a little bit more like not pure anarchy, but like, you know, a little bit more like liberal anarchy for, you know, on the spectrum. And then John Lydon like more like conservative, yeah, like more like conservative anarchy
on the spectrum.
Oh yeah. That went right over my fucking head because I'm on the spectrum.
Yeah. To be fair.
Yeah, but yeah, they're like fucking Johnny Rotten got kicked off like the BBC because he outed this guy named Jimmy Savile, who was a like big household name, kind of like on par with like Bob Barker or something like that. And he was a kids show host, or like what's the guy, Mr. Rogers, something like that. So he was a kids show host, and there's like sufficient evidence, like even back all the way in the 80s when this happened, that when Johnny Rotten went on the BBC radio and said this, he's like, yeah, Jimmy Savile fucks dead kids. He goes to morgues and pays people to have sex with dead kids. And they were like, you're just Johnny Rotten, you're just saying that to be shocking. True. Yeah, it came out like years later. Like I think it was like after he died in like 2015 or something, that yeah, he would go to the morgue and fuck dead kids. And it's like British people are very proper. And like
for the audio listeners, my fucking jaw is dropped. Right
yeah,
now.
Like yeah, look it up, Jimmy Savile, and Johnny Rotten was on the BBC radio back in the 80s, and they were like, yeah, you're never coming on here again because you can't fucking tarnish a name like Jimmy Savile, and like he fucking did, and like there, and he was like
fucking very Hannibal Buress, Bill Cosby type. Fucking
yeah, stuff. Isn't that fucking creepy too? Like how that fucking came out. Like, do you think Hannibal has like any like remorse? Like, has he talked about it or anything?
I don't think he cares. I'm pretty
sure he
said
he's just high all the time.
I think
sandwiches.
Like I don't think he gives a fuck. I think I saw. I don't remember 100%, but I thought I saw some interview on YouTube where he was like, I don't know, he was a creepy dude who made a fucking joke about him. Like I don't think he very just like matter of fact. Like I don't feel bad at all.
Yeah,
he's a rapist. Like guy's fucked up.
Yeah,
that apparently rumor had been circulating around for years as well.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot like
same with the Harvey Weinstein. Apparently that was like well known in fucking Hollywood, but like
I got yelled at by two different fucking people because it's Emma Watson. But you know, there's like that picture that the guy had. It's like a famous picture of her, but somebody had elaborated on it and I wasn't aware of it. But there's like a picture where she was getting out of a limousine and her crotch was exposed. And some guy had like a glossy, like big blown up photo of it. And she was walking out of a restaurant one time and was like very dressed up and like clearly like not wanting to fuck with her.
Look at this.
No, he gave her a Sharpie and was like, could you sign this for me? And she's like, there's this face that she's making where she's just like, really fucker, like really cunt, like you're gonna fuck it. Like, so I didn't fucking know this, but in that, she was at dinner with Harvey Weinstein, and Harvey Weinstein is in those photos, like backing the guy off. Like he's like, you could see like a photo where he's yelling at the guy.
That's my girlfriend.
Hey, that's my fucking, I'm gonna rape her.
That's my minor.
Yeah, like, and like everybody was like, yeah, she was like really insulated with like lawyers and stuff because of the Harry Potter thing because she took off. And I was like, yeah, but if she was like really insulated and shit, why the fuck is she still hanging out with like a known rapist? Like, because everybody in Hollywood knew, like everybody was aware of what Harvey Weinstein was doing. They just don't like.
You got to get a role somehow.
Yeah, so like the casting couch shit's like real and it's unfortunate. Like, what's his name? Jim Jeffries had a good bit about that on his show, Legit. You remember that show on FX?
I remember he had it, but I don't think I ever watched an episode.
It was pretty good. It had the guy DJ Qualls. He's in a couple episodes of Breaking Bad. He's the FBI dude, the really skinny guy that's like, oh, I just want a teenth, man. That guy. Yeah. The new guy.
He's a DJ?
No, his name is DJ Qualls. Like that's his name.
I think it was like a fucking EDM fucking guy.
He might be, but he's his screen name at least is DJ. He's the guy in Hustle and Flow.
His name is like Dan Jr.
Yeah,
something. He goes by DJ.
Yeah, he was
like, yo, fucking.
Guy was a Calvin Klein model, apparently.
DJ Qualls sounds like a fucking...
Yeah, it does, like DJ Qualls.
Yeah, opening for Skrillex.
Yeah.
DJ Robot Fuck.
DJ Robo Dick. Yeah. All right, we're going to get back on topic, because I'm still trying to talk about this fucking
What happened with the fucking... when you almost punched someone over your mohawk?
Oh, that was just at work.
That's how you got onto the Johnny Rotten.
The fucking no. I had a mohawk in this summer, this one year, and this kid came in. Is this kid Gabe? I didn't like, and he used to do CrossFit with my dad too, so I already didn't like him. And he came in and he was like, "Dude, nice Skrillex haircut," and I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" And he's like, "Well, you're not a fan of Skrillex?" And I'm like, "No, fuck him." And he's like, "What do you got against Skrillex? You're dressed like him, kind of too." And I'm like, dude, if you don't fucking get out of my kitchen right now, I will fucking break your front teeth. And he's just like, "Good, it's a fucking overreaction."
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be crazy. You got a mohawk, you look fucking insane already. Like, it's not exactly a
summertime. You're working a fucking seasonal shore job.
Yeah, sweating my balls off, getting harassed about my haircut by a fucking
rich people happy with their flounder and fucking nachos.
How were your nachos today? How was your lobster roll?
Is the lobster roll hot or cold?
Oh, man, I found out that they're apparently making hot lobster rolls now around here, and it's driving me fucking crazy. We're going to get so many requests for that this summer. I'm just going to have to make 2 batches and, like, keep one hot, keep one cold. Like, it's going to be fucking annoying, but,
Joey's going back.
Dude, well, you know why. I need to make some money. Daddy needs to make a little money.
For the fucking excursion?
Yeah.
Out east, west?
East. Yeah, you're right.
West.
Oh,
you said west.
East?
I wumbo, you.
No. Is this? No, it's not the Krusty Krab. This is Patrick. Not a Krabby Patty. All right, fucking finally. All right, so I got way too fucking high last night and watched The Nightingale. Are you familiar with The Nightingale?
No, I'm not.
It's on Netflix. It's about a 2-hour movie about the Irish slaves that were in Tasmania during the British colonial era. So like 1845, 1850, around there. So I just heard Shane Gillis talk about the British colonial era in Australia on his podcast, and like it was a very fascinating story about like how they shipped all the British would be like, "You're not allowed to be Irish, like you're not allowed to speak Gaelic, you're not allowed to practice fucking Catholicism, you got to be a Protestant, you got to fucking speak English." But they all spoke Gaelic and were like, so they saw them as less than human, so found ways like to legally just deport them to fucking Australia, so they would. And a bunch of them ended up on this place that was called Van Diemen's Land, I think that's what it's called.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it does sound pretty badass, but it's where Tasmania is. It's like a big island off the coast.
My favorite character on fucking
Tasmanian devil. Fucking spinning around the whole bunch. Fucking every extra large beefy tea that you see in a trailer park has me on it.
Where's Cheyenne?
She's right here.
Huh.
Yeah, she's laying.
I had no idea. I saw her lay down on the bed before. I was like, is she just like laying on the bed chilling?
Just passed out right here. But no, so the Nightingale is about it's an incarcerated family they're locked up in indentured servitude in Tasmania, and what they have to do is basically they ship British, white British Anglo-Protestant fucking guys in, and when they ship them in, they bring Irish people to basically be slaves, and the British people will just do whatever the fuck they want with the slaves. Like they can tell them that like you're free, and then say, nah, never mind, like shit like that. Sometimes they'll just kill you for no fucking reason. Like there's a plethora of things that are like why the Irish are pretty salty about their fucking time down there. So this story is about a nightingale, which is a lady that basically her job is to like be a wench, and in this case the entertainment for all the British troops. And I don't know if you saw Inglourious Bastards, but the dude
fucking ruled.
The dude that has
some Nazis.
Yeah, the dude that's got the crush on the French chick. That's like the one that was like escaped in the very beginning. The Nazi guy that like they made the film about and everything. That guy is the dick in this fucking movie too. So he's a fucking British guy that hates Irish people, and all the Irish people that work for him, he has control over when they get freed and can go back to their home basically. So there's this chick that's like a wench, and then this guy who's a blacksmith, and they have a baby. The British guy basically every night rapes the shit out of this chick, and it's very graphic too. I mean, I'm not saying this is anything weird. This is on Netflix, and it's like a very fucking disturbing movie. And I was way too fucking high for it. But yeah, the first like 10 minutes are just like rape, murder, and then them just
it's a pretty good movie.
Being completely like like abhorrently racist to black people, because they have the Aboriginals, and they like, I know this is, and I'm not saying this, like I know the old nomenclature was abos, but this is, they take it a step further. They just call them the blacks, and yeah, it's like, oh, oof, that's unsavory. But yeah, and they're like blood. They call them fucking boy. Like they have like a little like. They have a couple characters that are guides because they need to go into. They're just like boy, stop what you're doing. And it's like, holy shit, this is fucking. And like, I feel bad for the actors having to like be in there, but
they're getting paid.
They're getting paid, whatever. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's just it's like like a story about like this chick getting raped and her vengeance, basically, like her retribution, and like the unlikely characters that kind of like very good movie. Like it's 2 hours long, but it's like very chill and tranquil, and then there's these moments of just
pops.
Brutal violence, like kind of like a Scorsese movie where it's like, oh, like, you know, hey, the family was all hanging together, and it's like, oh yeah,
like
we're gonna make a
scene followed by a fucking head like, getting ran over by a tire.
Yeah, or like someone's fingers getting chopped off. Yeah, exactly, like that kind of shit. It's got a nice ebb and flow, as they say. But yeah, it was a really good movie. It's called The Nightingale. But I just thought that was a very thing, because like a lot of fucking people didn't realize that they're like Australia had a lot of shit going on like that. Like I wasn't aware until a couple of months ago that the British like I knew they sent prisoners to Australia. I knew that it was a penal colony and it's called like Van Diemen's Land or whatever. Van Diemen's Land. Penal. Penis. Hell yeah. Fucking. Don't get short with my penis.
So stupid. Sorry.
Anyway.
My goal has just been to derail Joe at every fucking turn that I can today.
You got me pretty good with the Joe Rogan. That was a pretty good deterrent. I was quiet for 2 whole minutes straight.
Cut that bot out.
That's not even me being racist. They just look exactly the fuck alike.
I used to get that Willem Dafoe and that other guy.
Christopher Wall.
No, it's I'm an asshole. That guy.
Fucking
Kevin Leary. I would get them mixed up.
Fucking Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon.
It's fucking cousin.
Apparently Kevin Bacon plays guitar with his brother and they tour.
Really?
Yeah, they're Bacon brothers.
Me and my dad had Footloose on last week.
Really? It's a good movie.
It's like so cheesy. We were fucking
Let's
laughing at
dance.
Yeah, no, he was in the barn, he was like pissed off and he's like ripping a dart and drinking a beer, and then he just does the fucking and then my dad was like, he's like, I thought this was cool back in the day. This is fucking gay. Like, dude, this is so gay.
Dude, I every now and then I fucking try to rewatch Red Dawn. And like it's a great movie. That's like a staple of like one of the best Swayze movies. It's one of the best Sheen movies.
Charlie Sheen was in that. It's like they're in Vietnam.
No, that's Platoon. You're thinking of. No, Red Dawn is where they're kids in like a remote town in Colorado, and then the Russians decide to invade, and they're like working with the Mexican military too.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
I'll lend it to you. It's fucking great. They did a really shitty remake in 2012 that wasn't worth anybody's fucking time, but the original one's fucking awesome. It's so fucking. It's like so 80s. It's the fucking best.
I love 80s movies.
But dude, like there's like scenes where I'm like, I know that people thought this shit was cool back in the day, but like there's like this scene where like they're guerrilla warfare, so they're trying to like they're trying to like fight Russians with guerrilla tactics, and like they just
fucking throwing bananas in there.
No, rip their groin and face off.
Beagle gorilla.
I don't know what good sound do gorillas make. I don't know, but anyway, you're pissing Cheyenne off. Look, we're Cheyenne. No, so fucking they fucking will do this thing where after they'll attack the fucking Russians in like an isolated manner, and then like win the battle, and then they'll spray paint their name on the fucking wall, and then stand there and go Wolverines, and I know people do that still to this day because of that fucking movie, and I'm just like, it is the most cringeworthy fucking thing. Like this movie is so good aside from fucking that, and like it's like very 80s, and it's very like on the nose for the 80s, but it's like so fucking like.
It doesn't hold up.
The Wolverines part, just every time I'm just like, God damn it! Like this movie would be perfect if
soiled it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got you. We're good. What do you got for 15 minutes? You watched? No, what was it you were talking about?
Get out.
Okay,
and
so
I got sidetracked by fucking my lunch order.
So Daddy's got to eat.
Gotta feed the family.
Gotta feed the family. Yeah. So did you by any chance see Us?
No, we were gonna rent that that night, and I was like, it's already 11. Like, I don't want to spend the $2 and then pass out halfway through. I mean, I know you get it for 2 days, but yeah. I was just like, I'm already kind of like, I don't know, black people horror movied out.
Yeah, like no, it's fair.
I didn't want to I wanted to watch Us with like a clean fucking palette or a clean slate or whatever.
Yeah,
we ended up watching. I forget what the fuck it was called. It was about some couple who lost their daughter while they were camping. I don't fucking remember what it was called. It was like a fucking... It was a good fucking twist at the end. I fell asleep, but Tina recapped it for me.
It was really good. Okay.
Yeah. No, it was like a fucking... Like, the parents were, like, killing people.
Oh, shit.
Like, trying to find their missing daughter, and then at the end, it turns out she died, like, 8 years ago, and they're both, like, having fucking...
Like,
delusions. And mental breakdowns. Like,
fuck. There's one that I just watched. Fucking pretty... No, is it Denis Villeneuve or fucking... Who the fuck is it? It's on Netflix or Hulu, one of those two. But it's got Jake Gyllenhaal in it, and it was pretty fucking good. Gonna fucking do it this way. Which, by the way, Jake Gyllenhaal does have some pretty fucking good movies that aren't just like fucking Bubble Boy and like, you know,
Jarhead
was fucking great.
I watched that with my mom when I was like 14, and it was like the jerk off scenes where they're like masturbating in the fucking toilet.
Yeah,
I was like, this is really fucking awkward.
Fucking Prisoners, that's what it's called. Because he was in Enemy and he was in fucking Nocturnal Animals. It was pretty fucking good too. Like those are all like really dark. Like because Nightcrawler kind of like set the bar pretty high for him being like a like kind of like borderline like surreal, like kind of borderline like art house film kind of thing. But it was like a very like, you know, coherent movie. And then like Denis Villeneuve made Enemy with him, and that's like a very abstract movie. There's giant animated spiders walking around through the whole fucking thing.
The best was watching Get Out with Tina's dad, and then fucking, he's like, this is the most woke fucking movie. Like, a fucking...
It actually is.
In the beginning, though,
yeah.
It was like a black dude with a white chick, and then it was fucking something else. Like, there was like a gay dude or something. He's like, this is pretty woke. And I'm like, it was like 30 minutes of like soft bullshit in the beginning. I'm like, when is this going to get scary? And then all of a sudden, the guy's just sprinting at him in the backyard, and I was just like, I had like goosebumps during that part. But that was a good... Like, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, go fuck yourself.
Fuck spoilers.
I was not expecting... I thought they were hypnotizing them to be slaves. I didn't think they were stealing their fucking bodies and, like, being them. Like, that's why they were acting weird, because they were old white people. I thought it was like they were just servants or something.
Yeah.
That was when the fucking black lady got in his car or whatever, he ran her over, and then the chick was like, Grandma, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's not...
Yeah. Like that fucking twist was way better than Us. And like, do you want me to just
spoil Us for
No,
me.
I got to, because if I don't, I feel like I'd be doing it an injustice.
I might enjoy it. We have different
No,
films.
it's so bad. Do you know anything about Hands Across America?
No.
You're gonna hate the movie then. Like I'm just telling you, you're gonna hate the fucking movie. It was something that happened in the 80s where they thought, like, I think to cure AIDS, they were doing some fundraiser where everybody paid like a nominal donation, and then they tried to hold hands all the way from coast to coast. It was like some fucking thing.
Literally impossible, probably.
It was. It didn't work. Everybody's like, oh, we almost got it. Like, you know, what the fuck ever. Like, so it's like some failed before, like,
cut their hands.
Challenge.
AIDS across America.
AIDS across America. It just transmits from one person to another.
But AIDS chain.
But like, yeah, like you're like you had to be like alive at a specific fucking time for a very brief moment to really like even be a part of that, or like let alone know what it is
or appreciate it.
Yeah, and like it's used as like a major focal point to the metaphor of the movie, like because it is like an allegorical.
The metaverse.
No, not the metaverse, like the metaphor of like they really like. They try to drive this point home, and I'm like, I don't care that much about Hands Across America to begin with to like care about this like weird duality fucking thing, because it's like on the surface, yeah, it's like the as above so below, like you get that fucking like a little bit of that, but it never elaborates on that to a satisfactory point, and I'll leave it at that so you don't. But like I hated it, and I got into a huge fucking relationship ending argument with my girlfriend about it, because I took her to go see Under the Silver Lake, which was same fucking idea, fucking way better though. It's like about fucking kidnapping, and like she's like, I don't understand like why you thought Us was so bad comparatively, and I'm like, because it made no fucking sense. You can't just make a movie where it's like the movie's so fucking bad, they've run out of fucking steam like an hour and 30 minutes in, so there's just a dance number, and everybody was like, oh my god, that's so fucking
brave.
creative.
Yeah.
No, it means your fucking movie sucks.